Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, you guys are in for a treat. I have something special to announce, so make sure you stay to Q&A. But, in the meantime, Bitcoin holders, pay attention to this. I have something very, very important to show you guys. Hopefully, helping you guys stay the course, stay focused, and staying patient. And other things I want to talk about. So let's get started. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. Today, only 2 streams, not 3, but you want to hit that notification bell. And you definitely want to follow me on social media and check all the latest news, article, and guides at CryptosRUs.com. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully you guys are doing better now versus this morning. Actually, things are a little bit lower than this morning. So I don't know if you're doing a little better now than before. But again, I have my morning stream kind of covered what's going on with inflation, with Russia, with Ukraine, with a lot of stuff going on and some stocks. But this one, let's talk more about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is at 38.7, a little bit under 39. Of course, we're all still waiting for Bitcoin's next move. And the next move could be right around the corner, and here's why. Well, before I get to that, I actually do have a couple things I want to talk about. First of all, on the Russia-Ukraine front, Biden is banning Russian vodka. So pretty soon, all the Russian vodka that's on the shelves will be gone. So I don't know how important that is to some of you guys. Also, Russian diamonds and seafood, and it's not just from the U.S. There's 7 other countries that's joining in this move. So as you can see, there's more sanctions going on right now. But again, I think this hurts the companies more than Putin, but just thought I'd throw that out there. So, of course, there's more sanctions left and right, but the ones that we're looking for is a ban on oil and a ban on natural gas, which is not coming yet. But that is the latest. Thought I'd share, since a lot of you guys love your vodka. This is important. All right, what else is there? The SEC rejects NYDIG Bitcoin ETF. So the SEC is still not ready to commit and allow a spot Bitcoin ETF, a fund that will be holding Bitcoin. They just, I guess, they probably got a heads up on the executive order even before it was announced, right? So I think bottom line is we will get one after the executive order, after all the agencies report what they're going to do about regulations, how they're going to regulate, how they're going to prevent fraud and illicit activity and consumer protection, all that stuff. Until all that's announced from all the agencies, probably we're not going to get a Bitcoin ETF, right? But it's going to come. It's going to come. You can't stop Bitcoin at this point. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you just can't ignore it. Everyone is looking into it, so it is going to come. All right, so those are the general news. Now, let's get to the meat and potatoes of today's stream. Pay attention to this, right? Whenever Bitcoin goes up and down, people always wonder, well, how is it ever going to come back up, right? With all this volatility, it just seems like every day, one day is up, another day is down. How can it ever build its momentum? Well, it's already building behind the scenes. So, according to this latest article, $1.15 billion worth of Bitcoin just came out of Coinbase. Okay, Coinbase, of course, they deal with OTC market, the largest OTC vendor, I believe. Plus, of course, their retail side, which is the spot market and Coinbase Pro. But they do deal a lot with OTC. Many times, including like MicroStrategy, all of the Bitcoins that they bought through Coinbase. Coinbase has an enormous amount of Bitcoin, and no one knows how much, right? Just speculating. But they were they were in it very, very, very early. I mean, their reserves could be so enormous that they're not even reporting. But anyways, $1.15 billion worth of Bitcoin just came out. All of a sudden, you could see, look at this. I mean, this is what I put on my thumbnail. You could see that's an enormous drop right there, right? So why does this happen? Well, because there is some whale, or most likely a big institution or a big company, that just decided to buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. And this happens all the time, and not everyone is so, forthcoming in terms of disclosing their purchases. Slowly, we're hearing more and more and more companies do this. They're saying, yeah, we have Bitcoin on our balance sheet, but they're not disclosing exactly how much, right? And sometimes it comes out of the quarterly reports. But bottom line is this. This is how Bitcoin is going to recover and form a new high, because it's getting more scarce. And bottom line is there's a lot of buying behind the scenes, OTC market, right? And whenever buying happens OTC market, it's not reflected in the price, because the price is only looking at a spot market, what retail investors, what they're willing to pay, okay? It does not take into account how much is not on the reserves and these OTC trades, right? So bottom line is this: Bitcoin is still being bought by the billions behind the scene, which is why the liquid supply is also going up, which is why the exchange reserves is also going down, and why Bitcoin has formed a base now, right? It seems to be getting stronger each and every year, and that's because the holders continue to hold and continue to buy and continue to press forward, right? So this is what we need to pay attention to, and this is the reason why I believe Bitcoin will get through what it does, and all this volatility and all the geopolitical and macroeconomic stuff. We've seen a lot of it. We've seen FUD. We've seen ESG FUD. We've seen a lot of FUD. Okay, tons of FUD. But Bitcoin always presses through. All right, so do I have Litecoin nightmares? Maybe I do. All right. Now, what else is what else is going to help? Well, El Salvador is about to release their Bitcoin-backed volcano funds, volcano bonds, not funds. And the interest for these bonds is very, very high. It's estimated between 500 million to $1 billion. That's right off the bat. Basically, using volcanic energy, right, to mine Bitcoin. And this is going to be an absolute cash cow for the country of El Salvador. But, they're waiting. Most likely this is going to come out next week, but President Bukele said he may wait because of what's going on in Ukraine. But this is also coming. And if the interest is so high, it does mean that many, many institutions and companies, they want to buy in. They don't want to miss out on this opportunity, right? So again, the fundamental of Bitcoin is still very strong and continues to get stronger each and every day. I also saw this is quite interesting. I think a lot of you guys can definitely relate to this. And basically, this is looking at a couple things. First of all, if you look at the wealthy crypto investors out there, right? 94% of them are self-made. That's no surprise, right? Most people that are wealthy in crypto made their wealth by themselves, right? Now, there are a few, of course, there are some like the Winklevosses, they were already wealthy before they started Gemini, but still, with the exception of a few, a very small amount, most people are self-made, right? But then it goes into general wealthy individuals that have interest in crypto. Again, no surprise. 88.6% of self-made wealthy individuals have an interest in crypto, right? And in general, just like as a general population, right? How much is interested in crypto? Well, 84% of the general population is interested in crypto, right? So basically, crypto and Bitcoin is a game changer. It allows anyone to make life-changing wealth. right? And break the chains of 9 to 5 and attain financial freedom, right? Crypto can provide that and have done so for many, many, many already. This is why a lot of people come in, right? Because they want to become a self-made man or woman, right? And it makes sense that a lot of self-made people already, of course, want to continue on and want to learn and want to grow, right? So Web3, NFTs, DeFi, Bitcoin, right, is all part of that growing, education, right, that they want to get themselves involved with. So it doesn't surprise me, but I thought I'd just share that. It's kind of interesting there. All right. What else is there? Let's see. Do Kwon of Terra has donated 12 million additional Luna to the Luna Foundation. And why? Why? Because there is going to be 1.2 billion UST that will be coming out soon, right? So basically the 12 million of Luna was just bought and will be burned to mint the new 1.2 billion. And this is why Terra is so damn strong. I've been telling you guys this. The bigger UST grows, the Terra USD, the more Terra is going to be burned. And the more that gets bought and burned, guess what happens to the price? It continues to go upwards, right? So this is going to be a recurring thing in 2022. You go see more of that because UST is just getting more and more strong within the DeFi community and lending and dexes and borrowing and bridges, anything you can think of, it's just growing, right? And we're going to see more and more of this down the road. But I just thought I'd bring that up. That additional 12 million is going to be burned. Gone. Poof. Right? So just thought I'd update you guys on that. Algorand wanted to update everyone saying 100% uptime. That is it. That's the tweet. I'm not sure who they're aiming that at, but they just wanted to let everyone know that, yes, they never had downtime. I don't know if this is a shot to Solana or maybe a shot to Polygon. Polygon had an outage yesterday. I don't know who this is aiming towards, but Algorand wants to let you guys know that they are up 100% of the time. So good for Algorand. Good for Algorand. Cadena is having a good day. I mentioned this morning. They are going to be, or KDA is going to be added on Binance. So obviously that's a very good thing. Binance, the biggest exchange out there. It's going to bring a lot of volume. Cadena is already on many exchanges like KuCoin, Gate.io, now Binance. So pretty soon maybe they're going to get out on Binance.us and maybe even Coinbase and Gemini, unless they're on Coinbase, right? I don't think so, but in addition, they're going to be at South by Southwest, right? I don't hear a lot about South by Southwest anymore, but I do think there's still a large crowd. A lot of people still do attend this conference. I still remember like decades ago when, I don't know if you guys heard a story about Foursquare. Once upon a time, they were like the up and coming location-based app that everyone wanted to get involved with. These days, they're pretty much dead. But they made the name for themselves at South by Southwest by making people play Foursquare outside the conference. But yeah, I don't hear much about it anymore. It could be because I'm 24/7 in crypto, but you guys tell me. But they are gonna be there. Lastly, a couple things. Axie Infinity. The biggest play to earn game in crypto. Well, it turns out that 2/3 of NFT transactions in 2021 were all from Axie. So that was crazy. And then number 2 is NBA Top Shot, which a lot of you guys are familiar with. It's riding on top of Flow's network. So that's why I love Flow. But, you know, NBA Top Shot's kind of like limited. It's in the platform. You can't take it out, right? But there's a lot more that's coming. But anyways, just thought I'd bring that up. Axie Infinity is absolutely beast. And if you do have Axie, not SLP, but Axie itself, you can actually stake it right now within the Ronin wallet. You could get 75% APR. That is no joke for a native staking APR. That is probably the highest I've seen, right? So if you are an Axie fan, you have Axie, you may as well just stake it right now for 75% APR. That's enormous. That is absolutely enormous. All right. You know what? Hey, Bitcoin is coming back up. Let's see if we can break through 39,000, right? Outside of that's pretty much it. I did say you guys are in for treats. Okay, so I'm about to get to that. But before I do, I just have to give a few shout outs to some of my current partners. So number 1 is FTX.us, which is one of the biggest exchanges out there in the world and in the US. So if you are looking for a fantastic exchange to use and fantastic apps to use to buy, sell, hold crypto and NFTs, okay, check out FTX.us, link in the description. And also, shout out to my other partner, ITrustCapital, which allows you to invest crypto with your 401k and IRA. That way you don't have to worry about taxes until you retire. They actually have a ton of crypto on their platform too. And you can invest gold if you want to. If you are Peter Schiff, you could take advantage of this. So also check them out. All right, URL in the description. All right, now here's the treat. Okay, you guys know the I Am George Strap-on NFT is coming to a conclusion soon, right? A lot of you guys have bought one, and I really do appreciate that. And right now it's cheaper because Ethereum is cheaper, ETH is cheaper. But this is going to conclude at the end of the month. And since I am in a giving mood, I will be giving away, again, 5 of these, like last time, right? Just to thank you guys for being a George and for supporting me out. Continue to give this. Yeah, I minted 1,000 of these, so even if it doesn't sell out, the remaining amount I will just continue to give out over time, right? Just something that I could do. So I will be giving out 5 of these. So, but yeah, I'm going to challenge you guys, okay? So the first 5 people that can tell me what my very last and current TikTok video is about, and then if you could write that in a live chat, and you could write your Ethereum address, right? I will send you one for free. So go ahead and do so if you want one, right? So 5, the very first 5 that can tell me what I just talked about on TikTok this morning and put in your ETH address, I will send you one after this stream, all right? Just as a thank for you guys. All right, that is pretty much it. Let's do Q&A. Simply writing your address is not going to help you win. You actually have to write what my latest videos are about. And I see a lot of people say it's Sheeb. That's not right. No, because you didn't check my TikTok recently. That's why you need to check. Carp said, Kevin O'Leary mentioned about Meta Ruffy, a new metaverse, land NFT crypto, Expo, deploy, Dubai, certain. Okay, I never heard him mention that before. I'll take a look later. I'll take a look at it later. Zach, OTC is important. Imagine how bad the price would fluctuate if whales started buying and selling all on the spot exchanges. There's not a lot. Yes, I agree. That's why OTC exists. because if you have whales that's really buying and selling, hundreds of millions or billions of Bitcoin at a time on spot exchanges, it would wreck liquidity and it would throw off the prices left and right, right? But it does seem like, here's the thing though, it does seem like most are taking advantage by buying billions or hundreds of millions through OTC. It doesn't seem like they're really selling. All these major companies and institutions, they're just buying and holding because they're using it as a hedge, right? They're not buying and selling to make a trade, to make quick profit. Those are like the smaller whales. So then again, if we ask Michael Saylor to buy all his Bitcoin on spot Coinbase, I don't think that would be a bad thing. That would definitely decrease the reserves more and help drive prices higher. If you're drinking Russian vodka, it is now banned. Yep, I just got done talking about it at the beginning. It's like what I've been saying. All these sanctions are hurting the Russian people and companies more than they are Putin, right? That's what it seems like. But I think this is kind of the strategy, is to get everyone so miserable that they revolt against Putin. I think that may be one of their strategies. Just this morning, I covered how Boeing and Airbus, they're going to stop supporting the planes that are in Russia, right? We know that almost every commercial airliner is either Airbus or Boeing plane. And pretty soon, they're not going to be able to buy parts anymore. And pretty soon, those airplanes are going to be grounded indefinitely until the sanctions are lifted, right? So it's getting really bad if you think about it. There's a lot of things that's really happening. And hopefully this comes to a conclusion. If it does, the day it comes out where, ceasefire is going to happen and the war is going to conclude, right? The markets are going to rally hard. Very, very, very hard. So we're all looking forward to that day. But in the meantime, next week, we do have still, Fed meeting, so we got to, look. We got to get past that. IDF, thanks for always updating us. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. Is the Lego Death Star still available? I think it's not. I don't like the Lego Death Star. It's like half open. I don't like that. I prefer a regular one. They should just make a closed off one. Wake up, watch George buy BTC, go to sleep. That's what a lot of people do. And I appreciate it. Royal Alex, I appreciate it. I think by now most people have, I think 5 people have gotten the contest already. So you guys could stop, unless you just want to keep going. But I think the 5 have been set already and will be chosen afterwards. Diamond, appreciate it. Stephen, do you think monogamy is sustainable? It is for many, but it's also not sustainable for many. So it depends on who you ask. Julian, I think my stance on Ripple. I think we've talked about Ripple long enough. I keep hearing don't use USDT. Is this specifically referring to not staking it or not even using it? Not even using it or holding it. USDT always, it's always iffy whether or not they truly have enough reserves. It's supposed to be 1-to-1 backed, but no one really knows if it is. So a lot of rumors that it could one day collapse. And if you're holding at USDT, then it will be worthless, right? They have been audited many times, and every single one, sued. And they do have audits going on, but there's always still that controversy whether or not they could really back what they have. The first million is the hardest. I'll say that is true. I can verify that. The first million, I don't know, it took me 39 years to achieve. And then the second million came within months. So the first million is definitely the hardest. I can 100% agree with that. Can you check? Okay, Carp, stop asking me about Meta Ruffy. If you believe in it, great, but don't try to shill it in this live chat. Producer, since XRP sucks, according to you, how many thousands of it am I secretly holding? What people don't realize is, I was part of the original team for Ripple, so just like Chris Larson and Brad Garlinghouse, and David Schwartz, I secretly hold, hundreds of millions of XRP. That is why I rip on it, because I don't want you guys to help me get richer because of how much XRP I hold. That's the true reason. Favorite first-person shooter in crypto game? I'm not even sure one exists. Man, I remember my junior high days. I'd be so addicted to Doom. Doom on the 486, the original Doom. Man. And then later on it was Duke Nukem. And then afterwards I just stopped. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. Best console. I like Xbox. I don't like PlayStation. I don't like their controller. I like Xbox. So I got an Xbox. What is it? The new X series. Pretty good. All right, guys. That is it. Hey, you know what? No stream tonight. So you guys have a good one tonight. I'll probably stream tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. But in the meantime, Bitcoin is, kind of still hovering, right? Still a lot of uncertainty, some fear out there. But, you know what? The big whales, they're not holding back. They continue to buy and buy and buy and buy. And one day there will be very little left for the world. So that's why we need to stay patient, stay strong, stay in the game, and DCA, and continue to DCA. All right, guys. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right? Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Oh, by the way, yeah, I gotta end it with this. I forgot. I do have something new to show you guys, so take a look.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.